2 minutes of bad publicity when the film hit to come out and try to blame it all on him. None of it was just due to the fact.
The saga unfolding between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has spiraled into one of Hollywood's most tangled legal and public relations battles in recent memory, drawing intense scrutiny from media personalities, legal analysts, and even right-wing influencers who've turned it into an unexpected cultural flashpoint. What began as a seemingly straightforward dispute over the production of the film It Ends With Us has ballooned into a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, explosive counterclaims, and a war of narratives that's playing out in courtrooms, on social media, and across podcasts. At the center of it all is Blake Lively, whose reputation, once untouchable as one of Hollywood's golden girls, now hangs by a thread with figures like Megyn Kelly fanning the flames and suggesting this could be her undoing. The drama kicked off when It Ends With Us, a film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel about domestic violence, hit theaters. Lively, who starred in the movie alongside Baldoni, who also directed it, initially faced a brief but intense wave of negative publicity. Critics and fans alike pounced on her promotional efforts, accusing her of being tone-deaf. While the film tackled heavy themes, Lively was out there giggling in interviews, pushing her non-alcoholic drink brand, and famously telling fans to grab your girls, wear your florals, as if it were a lighthearted rom-com rather than a story about abuse. The backlash was swift. People called her out for trivializing a serious issue, and social media lit up with accusations of insensitivity. At home, regular folks who couldn't care less about Hollywood drama started eyeing her with suspicion, thinking, "I don't like this woman." But that was just the beginning. Lively quickly pointed the finger at Baldoni, claiming her 2 minutes of bad press were entirely his fault. According to her, he was the one who'd turned the film's rollout into a nightmare. She accused him of sexual harassment on set, alleging he'd created a hostile work environment that left her feeling unsafe. It was a bombshell claim, and at first, it seemed like she might have the upper hand. After all, Hollywood has been primed to take such allegations seriously in the post-Nun Me Too era. But then Baldoni fired back with a counter-lawsuit that flipped the script entirely. He didn't just deny her accusations. He claimed Lively had lied, manipulated the situation, and even tried to wrest control of the movie from him. Suddenly, what looked like a clear-cut case of a wronged actress was starting to look a lot murkier. The legal battle officially landed in a New York City courtroom on March 27, 2025, with a U.S. district judge holding a video conference to address a motion for a protective order in the lawsuit between Lively and Baldoni. Things were already heating up, but then came a twist no one saw coming. An intimacy coordinator named Mia Schachter, who'd worked on projects like Lessons in Chemistry and Insecure, stepped into the fray. In a Channel 5 documentary titled Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni, Schachter dropped a bombshell of her own. After reviewing text messages between Lively and Baldoni, she suggested there was genuine affection between them at one point. A friendship, if not something more. She also pointed out something eyebrow-raising. Lively had reportedly refused to meet with an intimacy coordinator before shooting intimate scenes, saying it would hinder her process. Schachter found this odd, noting that in her experience, actors who skip those meetings usually trust their scene partners. So why, if Lively felt so unsafe around Baldoni, would she decline that extra layer of protection? It's a question that's left many scratching their heads. Enter Megyn Kelly, the former Fox News host turned SiriusXM podcaster, who wasted no time tearing into Lively with a ferocity that's kept this story burning hot. On her show, Kelly didn't mince words, calling Lively a serial fraudster and accusing her of torching her own brand with a string of bad decisions. According to Kelly, every claim Lively has made against Baldoni has been dismantled by hard evidence, text messages, receipts, the works. She painted a picture of Lively as a calculating figure who tried to spin a narrative of victimhood only to have it backfire spectacularly. Kelly even went so far as to compare Lively to Amber Heard, whose 2022 defamation trial with Johnny Depp became a cautionary tale of a celebrity downfall. For Kelly to draw that parallel was a gut punch. Heard lost millions and saw her career crater after the court ruled she defamed Depp. If Lively's headed down a similar path, the stakes couldn't be higher. But the plot thickens with a revelation from Lively herself that's only fueled the fire. At a Forbes Power Women Summit, she casually admitted to having a secret plan to take over any movie she's cast in. She described how she'd start off playing the part of a compliant actress, only to make demands and assert control once she'd secured the role. Some directors rolled with it, she said, while others, like Baldoni, clearly didn't. Kelly pounced on this, calling it outright fraud. "That's deception," she argued on her podcast. "You pretend you want to do one thing, the thing they're hiring you for, but all along you have secret plans to do something very different that's above your pay grade." If true, it's a stunning admission, one that suggests Lively's ambitions might have crossed ethical lines. Baldoni's lawsuit backs this up, alleging she bullied him into letting her create her own version of It Ends With Us. Apparently, 2 cuts of the film exist. His tested better with audiences, but hers, the one that hit theaters, allegedly got there through threats. Word is, Lively leveraged her clout to pull a Taylor Swift song from the trailer and threatened to boycott the press tour. Moves that could have tanked the film's promotion. Instead of owning the mess, Lively reportedly tried to pin her PR woes on Baldoni. Kelly wasn't having it, scoffing at the idea that Lively's troubles stemmed from him rather than her own actions. And she had a point. Lively's focus during the film's rollout seemed scattered at best. While Baldoni stayed on message, she was plugging her hair products, her drink brand, anything but the movie itself. That "wear your florals" comment didn't help, coming off as cringy and out of touch for a film about domestic violence. The public noticed, and the backlash snowballed. Yet, rather than course correct, Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, allegedly tried to force Baldoni to take the fall. Reports claim they drafted a public apology and pushed Baldoni and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, to release it, as if he were the one who'd botched everything. His team flat out refused. Why should he clean up her mess? Baldoni's not just playing defense, though. He's coming for blood. His countersuit seeks $400 million in damages, accusing Lively, Reynolds, and their teams of spreading false edited information to ruin his reputation. He's even suing the New York Times, claiming they cherry-picked text messages to bolster Lively's case. To prove his point, Baldoni launched a website where he's posting what he says are unedited texts, letting the public judge for themselves. So far, the leaks aren't looking good for Lively. They poke holes in her harassment claims and, paired with her own words about her secret plan, make it tough to see her as a victim. Reynolds and Lively tried to shut it down, filing motions to dismiss the suit. Reynolds argued Baldoni's just jealous of his real-life persona, while Lively called the $400 million claim a vengeful and rambling mess meant to punish her. She even demanded the court toss it out and make Baldoni pay for her emotional distress. But the judge denied both motions, meaning this fight's far from over. Now, Lively's pulling out all the stops. She's hired Nick Shapiro, a former CIA deputy chief of staff and senior advisor to ex-director John Brennan, to handle her PR. This isn't your typical Hollywood fixer. Shapiro's a heavy hitter with national security creds, someone who's crafted narratives and managed crises at the highest levels. Page 6 confirmed her legal team brought him in to navigate her sexual harassment and retaliation lawsuit in New York's Southern District. Why does an actress need a counter-terrorism expert unless she's bracing for something massive? It's a power move that screams desperation, hinting at evidence or fallout she's terrified of facing. Meanwhile, an unexpected faction has latched onto this drama: right-wing influencers. Candace Owens, known for political commentary, has devoted 19 episodes of her show to the case since January, racking up over 130 million views. She's framed Lively as a villain, warning women not to go full Amber Heard, and predicted this could outstrip Depp v. Heard in scale. Others, like Brett Cooper, have joined in, turning Baldoni into an unlikely hero. His lawyer, Brian Friedman, credits these TikTokers and podcasters for keeping the story alive, and it's working. The pro-Baldoni narrative is everywhere. So where does this leave Lively? Kelly's convinced she's done herself in, and if Baldoni's suit proves fraud or defamation, the financial hit could be brutal. Millions for her and Reynolds. If anything turns criminal, her freedom might even be at risk, though celebrities rarely see jail time. Her brand's already battered, and with Shapiro in play, it's clear she's in crisis mode.